How about there? You got sound, guys? All right. Should have some sound now. Let's see here. Hey, Enforcer. Hello, NC Marine Burnett. Sorry, my eyes are messed up here tonight. Hey, DC. Glad you're here. Thank you so much, Linda. The Enforcer. Good evening, Patriots. Hello, DC. Hi, DC. Charles City, Virginia here. Hamilton, Mississippi. Hey, how you doing, D? Jeep Girl from Dallas, Georgia, waiting on you. Sorry, I'm late. Uh, Linda, howdy. No sound on Rumble. Hope y'all got sound now. Ozark, Alabama, in the house. Columbus, Georgia, back in the house. Hello, DC, Cave City, Kentucky. Hello, Kathy. Hey, DC and fellow Patriots from Eden, North Carolina. Bring on the info. We're going to. Hello from Kentucky. Hello. I'm sorry. Hey from Kernersville, North Carolina. Hey. Hello, DC from Oregon. Hey, hi, DC from Tiger there. Ringgold, Georgia, back in the house. Thank you, thank you, DC. This Georgia game is wearing on my nerves. All right. Well, you may not like tonight's program. It's gonna be a little different here. Hello from South Springs, Oklahoma. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Are you do DC? Thank you. Okay. Brooklyn, Texas. Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Hey, DC from Van Fleet, Mississippi in the house. Just spoke with a buddy of mine, and he's in from actually Tupelo, Mississippi. No sound yet. Let's see here. Can y'all hear me now? Hello. Should be able to. Okay. All right. Mount Holly, New Jersey. Got a lot of people coming in. Awesome. Thank you, guys. What a day it's been. What yesterday's been. It's just been 2 busy days. When I'm telling you, I literally just got home. And walked in here, or got here, and just fired. Back in town here, and coming here and just fired this stuff up to where I could jump on here, because I'm going to disappoint a lot of you. Hello, Texas, Austin in the house. XL Matthews, hello to you. San Antonio in the house. Eden, North Carolina. Hello, Phil and Ginger, staying up for you. Awesome. From Cartersville, Georgia. Okay, if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I just got a lot going on here. And I'm just going to cut to the chase tonight. We were having the Gitmo. I've got everything ready for that. But there is something else that's going on right now, and this show is we schedule things when we want to do that, okay? And I'm saying it because of this. This show is called DC Live Intel and News. And tonight, I'm just making a judgment call here, because I think the American people here tonight need to hear what's going on right now in America, right now in our nation. And for those of you that's going to get mad at me, just chill out, because I would much rather the security of America than to talk about Gitmo. Okay? And I'm being very, if DC could ever be serious with you, this is it. I'm telling you, this is a very serious time in America. And there's I don't even know how to jump into this. There is so much stuff. But we will. I have pages and pages and pages of Gitmo. I have pictures, I have videos, I have a lot of stuff. More stuff that we could handle tonight. But with what's happening in America right now, I think you all need to be aware of what's going on. Now, once this show is over tonight, it will not be staying on Rumble or YouTube. I'm just going to tell you that straight up. Because it's I'm pushing the limit here, guys. Pushing the limit here. But I'm sticking to what I said. DC Intel, live Intel, and news. And you're about to get some live Intel. And you probably should have got this Intel on Friday the 13th. Anyway, a lot of things. One thing is this. We already know that the January 6th Capitol Hill pipe bomber and all that stuff. We know that there's a whistleblower. We already know who that person is. Okay. I'm going to tell you this. You're going to hear TikTok, Rumble, all these other YouTube, all these other people that are online and always got things. And Intel doesn't run that much in their laps. Oh man. I can tell you this. I know for a fact the next 2 weeks is going to be very revealing to a lot of people. And I'm going to say this one thing, and this is it. The prophecy of Kim Clement, that there was going to be an embarrassing moment for the Democrats and the Republicans. It's about to happen. I know 100% what's going, 100,000 billion% of what's going down. Some of that I can talk to you about. The other part I'm not going to talk to you about because I like to live. Keep your eyes on God. So I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you this. Keep your eyes on God, because as hard as it's to say, I'm just breaking it to you. Some of your favorite or people that we've liked and say, oh wow, they're a great patriot. They're this, they're that. And we're talking senators and congressmen and these leaders. There's going to be massive embarrassing moments in the next 2 weeks if it doesn't happen this week. And when the January 6th, when that thing gets revealed, and it's probably going to be revealed this week, everybody buckle up. Because the wind will be pulled a little bit out of the Republican Party. Okay? And you're going to have the Democrats dancing. Okay? But just as much as they're dancing around, because the Republicans are going to take some hits. It's going to happen. It's just going to happen. It has to happen for it to be cleaned house. Okay? On both sides. And when I came across this and it was presented to me and I saw it all for myself, I myself just kind of stood back and was like, wow. I kind of didn't see that coming. But it's coming. Keep your eyes on the prize, so I'm going to tell you. Also, it's coming out, U.S. Department of Justice. Man. Kamala, they have been listening and watching and taking names, and they're coming after people. You've got Benny Johnson, Tim Pool, Dave Root. Yes, Benny Johnson. He's in on. I don't know how in the world this is going to be pulled off. Now, I know that side. I'm not accusing nobody. I'm just telling you this information. I don't know how it's going to come about. But supposedly these people, including Benny Johnson, has received up to $10 million from Russian government to help with what's going on. And not only them, other people. When I'm telling you, some of your big people y'all follow on TikTok or YouTube or Rumble or Locals or whatever, Q, whatever it may be. I don't know. It's not going to be Trump. It's not going to be Trump. I will tell you that. It's not going to be Trump. But when it happens, it's going to happen with, it'll probably happen this week. If not, by next week for sure. There's going to be some embarrassing moments come out. And is that a good thing or bad thing? Well, for those people that have put a lot of faith in certain people in the Republican Party, it's going to be a bad thing for them. It's going to be a bad thing for them. That's why we cannot put our eyes on this stuff. What's done in the dark will be brought to light, right? Q has said it multiple times. When they said, let me say this. When Q posted, we have it all. We know everything. We know it all. We know everybody, everything. That isn't just people in a Democratic Party. That goes across just those that are rotted, those that have been paid off, those that have thrown the American people under the bus. And the inside of me, I mean, tonight, I hope you can at least hear it in my voice. I can't even yell over it because we really are about to, if God does not intervene, we're about to see some serious crap. And I'm going to tell you what that crap is here in a second. The other day, I don't even know if you noticed or not. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Donald Trump, he was doing his interview, and he was talking about how, the Harris campaign wants to get rid of ICE, and he's doing all that. If you watch him, he is not himself. He has not been himself for about 3 days. Donald Trump hasn't. He's not sick. Well, he kind of is a little bit sick. He's sick over what's happening to the American people. This has nothing to do with Brunson. It doesn't matter if Brunson came out tonight and said, "Hey, restore." It has nothing to do with that. It's not that at all. Yes, military tribunals and all that. We were going to talk about that. I know that, but you got to hear me out tonight. I even went a little deeper with the whole Gitmo thing of people that haven't even been officially arrested that are going to go there. Is the white hats catching these people? Yes and no. Because some people that were in the white hat crew didn't need to be there. And they have been found out. And the part that I'm going to talk to you about is the fact, and I don't know if you've been following Donald Trump. At any moment, a turn of events. Now hear me. And Donald Trump knows this right now. In the intelligence thing, we all know this now. And there's a concern. Let me say something. In the mob world, whenever a mobster would say, I don't feel really good about that. That meant, okay. But if they said, hey, I'm concerned, that meant all hell's about to break loose. Literally. Somebody's about to get. That's in the mob world. But in the world that we are now, where it's political, at any moment, there can be a turn of events that will trigger the most unbelievable thing. And our entire government will be invalidated And I have to leave it at that. Something so big is at America's doorstep right now. And I'm telling you, people, you better pray tonight that God intervenes while this Biden-Harris administration is turning a blind eye, a deaf ear, and giving Russia, North Korea, China the middle finger. They're not playing. They are not playing, guys. And I'm telling you this. I'm not telling you this to worry you. Everybody has wondered, I can't wait for the 10 days of darkness. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for that. You better think twice about what you're saying. Because if you realize right now, 9/14/2024, 9:45 p.m. or wherever you're at, our world could change at just the blink of an eye. And when I am telling you, I don't care what your daddy's daddy, your uncle that used to be military has a strategy. I'm telling you from today, military is active. It may not be 100% across the board yet. Oh, it's not going to be no scare event. It's not going to be a scare event. I'm telling you guys, it's not going to be, it ain't going to be a fun 10 days of darkness. Well, we get to sit here and watch tribunals. No, you're going to be lucky if you have electricity. And this is not going to be, pull it up here. This is not going to be a war of, this is not going to be a war of, we're just going to have people on the ground. People on the ground. This ain't going to be a red dawn. It ain't going to be that. We've moved way beyond right now of boots on the ground. That's why I'm very concerned here. That's why I'm pushing this message to you that you better get concerned. Doesn't mean go panic, but you better be a little bit concerned that you may tonight want to pray a little bit harder. Because this is no longer a war of boots on the ground yet. This is a airbound exercise right now, but this would be a war of, they're not going to throw people out of airplanes and just paratroop on top of us and try to take over the United States. That ain't going to happen. It would be through EMPs and other. Let me tell you something right now. If you don't think for 2 seconds, all we have is migrants. All we have is these terrorists that have come across. And we do. God forbid the day that they're activated. But if you don't think for a second that we don't have other countries sitting here in the United States that's ready to do this thing, you're fooled. Martial law. The only reason why martial law would be called is if there's civil unrest. And I think, and I want you to hear me clearly, guys, I think once you have pooped in your pants enough from the stuff that's going to hit the fan, I seriously don't think people's going to come out and try to do too much of civil unrest. As I'm speaking right now, I'm watching these radars on my other little pad thing here. And as I'm watching this, I am looking at actively right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bombers that are up right now. I'm not talking American either. I'm talking Russian. No, they're not over us right now. But if Donald Trump was in, they wouldn't be playing these games. They wouldn't be playing these games. But they know we have a weak administration, and all that the Biden administration can do is just try to put more sanctions on them, just to try to weaken them. And they're bad at business already. We know that. They've been bad at business since before they went in the White House. They were bad for business. They were crooks, and we know that. I'm also looking at aircraft right now that are currently up that are they're not Russian. And I don't really think they're going to Ukraine. I'm not saying all this stuff to make you all panic and worry. It doesn't matter about alliance. The Biden-Harris administration has screwed that stuff. All they've done has just turned around and taken people, taken money, made deals, and not even fulfilled the deals that they made. And you don't, yes, it's up. You don't go in there and take Russian money or China or whatever and say you're going to do something, and then you not do it and expect there's not going to be repercussions while you're in there. As I'm talking right now, I've been off and on for going back and forth with several people online through our network here, and this is what they told me: prepare for war. The U.S. and Russian talks today. I mean, you got this going on right now. Today, the Biden-Harris administration pretty much that can't handle. Oh my God, they can't handle any dealings. And it's sad because you got all these people that are blinded. That are like, oh, I just gotta have them in. They're going to keep us there. They said that about Trump. He's going to get us into war. And he got in there and we didn't go into not one war. But right now, this ain't a week coming up. This ain't soon to be fixing. This ain't, hey, I heard from a mother's mother. No, I'm telling you 100% right now. They are preparing. They are preparing for war with the United States. Something has to break. Something has to break like now. I mean, the diplomat of Russia, he actually told us today that the use of nuclear arms is in his agenda right now. So there's two things that need to happen. One, there's got to be something happen within this Biden administration, like immediately. And outside of that, we've got all this other stuff going on, all kinds of other stuff going on with just the whole election crap, all that. Some may say, oh, well, this is just going to be a false flag. It's going to be this. Well, if this is going to be a false flag, there's going to be people dying in it. And that's just how it works. If Trump's the commander in chief, why don't he stop it? I know that's going to be the next question. Because right now at this point, it's not about whether Trump has the power or not. If you have looked at Trump the past 3 days, his demeanor has been changed, and he himself has made phone calls. He even said it. He's made phone calls in the past several days to these other world leaders trying to calm this down. But whatever happened behind closed doors today, am I online? Can you hear me? Someone says I got kicked offline. All right, people's talking, so I'm thinking fine. If you can't, okay, good. China has released a statement that says the United States is no more the champion of democracy in the world, and we will show them. That was tonight. Also, today, China's going to freeze all assets of American companies in China. This ain't just about Russia. This ain't just about Ukraine. This is about Obama. This is about crappy people representing our United States right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, you better pray. You better freaking pray. We don't need to go to war right now. Let me tell you why. Because Biden ain't going to try to fight it if we do. It is absolutely going to take the military to immediately step in. And the military to immediately step in and put their foot up the Biden administration's butt. And at that point, we become a militarized country. We are 100%. There will be no doubt in America whether we have two presidents, one commander-in-chief and a president, or we are under military, or we're not in the military. All your questions will be answered very quickly. I'm going to play you this real quick here. I want you to listen clearly here.
Some pretty incredible news coming out in the last 24 hours. Now, as we heard, Russia had requested a meeting with the United States. And what we're hearing is that that meeting has taken place, and there are now warnings of prepare for nuclear war that are coming out from.
Now, before anybody says, oh, y'all heard he was on TikTok. This is what I said to you at the beginning of the show. I'm going to play you something that you are not going to hear anywhere else online. You're not going to do it. Ain't nobody got it. Nobody got it but DC. There is updates that are given, that are sent out to certain people. And that's why I said this is a one-time shot here, guys. You're going to hear it, and that's it. I talked to a friend of mine the other day, and her husband, her friend's husband, is really, 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 really deep in military. Like, beyond having, oh, he's a general, or I'm talking you don't know he exists, okay? And yes, we have people like that. There's tons of them. And his response to some questions was this. Is Brady in the loop? This is just hot off the press right now. Ain't nobody reporting this. And this is exactly his words. I can say nothing else because they'll kill me. I'll be dead. So will my family. And here's the thing. We have made it so rough for people like me and other people to give intel, because immediately, once we give it, people want to know every single thing, and they want to keep exposing things and they push it so far. Sorry, it's somebody. That's actually somebody calling me right now. They want to push it so far that they'll put other people's lives at risk just because they want to. I just got to prove that there is not a commander in chief. I got to prove this person wrong, that they expose people, and they'll get them. They'll get them killed, guys. That's how it's not a joke. That's why you see this show this way. But what I'm going to play is this. These are updates that only certain people get. And you better listen carefully here, okay?
September 14th, 2024 is nothing short of intense. The terror watch has been elevated to high-tier levels, and the tension with Russia and North Korea is escalating rapidly. Now, here's the deal. Russia and North Korea have teamed up, and this morning's meeting with White House officials didn't exactly go well. The likelihood of a possible nuclear response is high. Yeah, you heard that right. Nuclear. The Biden administration is on full alert, but there's a sense that the temperature hasn't been eased. In fact, it seems like we're edging closer to a point of no return. Military forces, along with all federal, state, and local agencies, are ramping up their alert status. It's a tense time, folks. While we all hope for peace, it seems we're beyond that point right now. So what does this mean for you and me? Well, it's time to get prepared. Make sure you have a survival plan in place for a few days if things go south. We're talking about potential cyber and air warfare, not an invasion of boots on the ground. Stock up on essentials, water, food, medications, and don't forget those important documents. Charge up your devices, stay connected, and keep an eye on local news for updates. I know it sounds scary, but being prepared is key. We all want to keep our loved ones safe. And remember, it's better to be prepared and not need it than to need it and not be prepared. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and most importantly, stay safe. Together, we can get through this.
Let me tell you this right now. Somebody put it, Russian embassies and consulate in the U.S. are evacuating. Absolutely, they are. Absolutely. 100%. An hour and a half ago, Donald Trump sent this out. Hear me. Hear me. Donald Trump. Russia has today threatened the United States to use nuclear weapons, and we have a low IQ. We have low IQ individuals, the same that messed up Afghanistan, who don't have a clue, in charge of this deadly situation. This is no good and not acceptable. Those of you that are diehard Trump fans, this should make you think a little bit harder here tonight. When he is telling us that Russia has threatened to use nuclear weapons, this is no longer a pissing contest of who can pee further. They already know that Biden is gone. They already know that Kamala can't do nothing. We need our leader now. You're right. We have to have faith. But for him to actually make a statement saying, hey, Russia today is actually threatened, this is after their freaking meeting. Makes no sense why the military would not step up and stop this administration from this suicide. Who says they won't? I'm just telling you now. Phil G told us the nukes were fakes. I have no comment on that, because here's the thing. Well, I ain't going to debate that. I ain't going to debate that, because I'll tell you right now, I have never been wrong. And he has, over and over. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Because I don't want anyone accusing me of throwing any other social media people under the bus, because I don't really do that. But I'm not. I have nothing to prove here, guys. I'm just telling you straight up. You better get your house in order. Better get your house in order. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. We have had times in America that we've been, oh, they got a nuclear, they got this, or they got that. Buckle up, man.
There is also a breaking headline tonight involving Russia. The Pentagon just confirming reports that Russia likely launched what's called a counter-space weapon capable of attacking and possibly destroying U.S. satellites. It's now in the same orbit as a U.S. government satellite.
Okay. For those of you that say you got to have your mainstream media, that was it right there. And that ain't just one clip. There is tons and tons and tons of clips on this. Russia has put this up there. And the reason why is this. It can disrupt. If it disrupts prior to, understand this, disrupts up prior to an attack, it makes it almost impossible for us to retaliate through our satellites. It is time. It is time. It is time for our president to step back up. And it is time for it. It is time. I'm telling you, I'm extremely concerned. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm tired of some of these other social media people giving you bones and giving you all this stuff. There's no way they have that much intelligence during the week. And I'm talking about intel and brains too. They don't have the brains either. It's about money. It's about all that crap. I don't need your money. But I do want America. What about Starlink satellites? Russia, the reason why that whole thing was done like that, and the reason why they're putting those up there is to take out any satellites that are up there. Ethel, what are you saying? Sounds like Trump is lying. It sounds like Trump is lying also, not initiating his forward. He can only do, here's the thing. He can only do some things. Yeah, we went over this several weeks ago of what Commander-in-Chief, everything's Commander-in-Chief can just pull the trigger and do anything he wants. It doesn't happen. I don't think MSM is saying anything yet. Are these? I don't know. I don't watch MSN. I don't, it's all fear porn. The fact that MSN tells me it's lies. Well, you don't have to, people that don't like it don't have to stay here. You're more than welcome to bow out. You can go tune into somebody else that's going to tell you a bunch of stuff that EBS is going to go and you're going to have gold in your banks and you're going to have all this other stuff. And then when that crap doesn't happen, because it won't happen, you can go knock on their door and you can tell them what you think. See, and you're right, scare event coming, absolutely. But see, this is the reason why this program here, it takes people that are grown adults and people that really want to know, because when you really want to know the truth and it's presented, you have people that jump on there and go, I'm leaving, I'm out of here. This is horrible. I don't believe anything that's going on. I don't believe it, because you just want to live in the fantasy land. You want to bitch and gripe about people eating your cats, but you think Biden is doing a great job. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because when your world gets rocked and you're not prepared, you've been warned and warned through Brad Barton for years. You've been warned from several people. But when we are seeing it now, when we have a presidential candidate, let me tell you something. This is what should really make you think. When you have a president candidate like Donald Trump, and he is purposely not taking these, classified intel things, whatever you want to call it. Can't even think of it right now. It's late. He's not taking those, but yet he knows. How do you prepare for nukes? I'm not saying we're going to be nuked. I'm saying I'm saying you probably should have a little bit of water, a little bit of food. Oh, I know. We've heard this. We've heard this for several years. I've heard this over and over. Nothing ever happens. Nobody's crying wolf here, doll baby. Nobody's crying wolf. This will be nothing but a big nothing burger. Well, good. That's great. But meanwhile, for those of you that get bent out of shape, meanwhile, your mainstream media is putting out things saying, Department of Justice and Biden is saying that there's Russian interference going on right now. A lot of you have been screaming around. Why do you think Trump has been saying that we may not have an election? It's God's timing. You better believe it. But I believe that we can pray and God can help with our country. That's what I believe. It's amazing how people will say, I gotta know the truth. I gotta know the truth. And then you give them the truth and go, I don't believe that. That's a lie. And then they question why people don't really want to stick their necks out there and tell them things. I'm just going to tell you this. I don't care. I don't care what people think. I don't care what they say. I don't care how many times they say, oh, this will never happen. Never have. You know what? It's always those that always say, no, it never happened. No, this ain't going to happen. No. That are always the bad, big, loudmouth apples in the bunch. Those are the ones that are pansies. Those are the ones that won't, I'm not going to vote because it's already rigged. What brilliant. What a brilliant mind that is. Here's the great thing. If you get a couple things prepared up, say nothing does happen. Say nothing does happen. And praise God, nothing happened. Then what? Well, what do I do with the stuff I bought? Well, you eat it, you dummy. You got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. And let me tell you something. Firsthand. For those of you that are diehard Donald Trump, he is concerned. He's concerned. And let me tell you, I don't even care if he is concerned. I said that for some of your all sakes that you got to hear that. Yeah, you can delete the naysayers. There's some mods in there. And I told y'all from the get-go, this show, whenever we start doing this stuff and we start getting people in here, we're going to have a couple baboons jump in and say stupid stuff. And when they do, I don't have time to dick with you, and I don't have time to play with you. I'm not going to do it. But I tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to tell you the truth. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to read something. It's going fast here. The Bible says a wise man will do more listening than you're daggone right. And the Bible also says that there's wisdom in the counsel of many. But the wisdom in the counsel of many is people that actually can think straight and doesn't have ulterior motives. Do I think we're going to get nuked? No. But I think the effects of what could take place from that, we could, I'm not predicting, but we could see some outages. And I know y'all have heard this over. Everybody had such a boner over Trump over the last election because the Kraken's coming. And then when the Kraken didn't come, everybody went berserk. I can't believe nothing happened. Can't believe nothing happened. I can tell you right now, if you think the military, anybody, because someone said, why don't the military do this? If you think the military is just sitting by smoking a cigar with their thumbs up their butt, you're wrong. Absolutely wrong. When I tell you all eyes, come on, class, say it. All eyes are on this thing. And hands are on buttons. You can look at Trump to tell his demeanor. Hey, in Ohio. Do I know? Do know Phil? No, I don't know Phil. I don't know. The only person I deal with is Brad, because that's the only one that I know that has the same brain about him. DC, if you leave Roma, where can we find you? Well, you'll find me here or the eiobn.com. That is our website. You can listen live there. Also has all of our other social media when we're on there. All eyes are on this right now. All eyes are on this. I have seen in the past 2 days, Brad is good, great guy. In the past 2 days, I have seen more military action in the air than ever. And I'm not talking about a little tiny passenger thing. I'm talking about air. I'm talking about major transports. And before somebody that's a rocket scientist jumps in and says, what's the weekend? They're all doing routine things. No, they're not. This is not a routine one. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. And I am waiting for any moment. I'm not kidding you guys. I'm waiting for any moment for Trump to be forced to step forward in this thing. And that's why I believe DC is all in. I call it chains, but that's why all of Washington, D.C. pretty much is fenced up and double fenced and triple fenced. Because if it takes this kind of a nuclear scare to cause something to break to where the military and everybody finally has to say, hey guys, okay, this is what went down. This is how we know. This is this, blah, 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 blah. And then and the Supreme Court do what they got to do. Then where's the military action? I've just been saying it. It's all over. It is all over. And when we say military action, everybody thinks that the old boys from the National Guard are going to get called up and they're going to come out and stand on the streets. That ain't how it works. We're not talking that kind of war. We're talking a war of, it's not going to be, like I said, it's not going to be guys coming in with guns and flying out of the sky and stuff like that. This ain't Red Dawn. This is not Red Dawn. They know. All these other countries know how much ammunition, guns, and all that is in America. They know that. They're not going to come drop themselves out of a plane or out of a whatever. They'd be dead before they hit the ground. They know that. This is a different kind. This is a, if something took place, let's just say it did. Say it took place. If something took place, it would knock out a lot of stuff. I already had this discussion with a couple family members. If this is what comes down, because they know whenever I say something, they know they better buckle up because it's going to take place or it's about ready to. And tactical EMP, well, pretty much, yeah. It's a cyber war. It's what I'm calling an air war. because it will be done. What will be done in the air, it's not going to be just dropping a bomb on America. That ain't how you win. Why do you want to conquer something? Let me ask you this. Why would you want to conquer a country that you've demolished and you can't even, it's just in ruins? That makes zero sense. The way you do it is you do what Russia's doing. They're putting these missiles up there, these rockets up there that can destroy all satellites and communication. If there is no communication, I've told tons and tons of people, and they've laughed at me. And I said, you know what? I believe after the shit hits the fan, everybody's going to be going back to these little CB radios. Yeah, you'll have some ham, but it ain't going to be much of it. Would it knock out transportation? It depends on what kind of EMP would be done. And also, you know, like I said, we're not talking when we think war, we think, well, here they come in Normandy and they're going to climb off the beach. No, this ain't that. This is different. We have become so electronically driven in our whole economy. Money, the way we pay for stuff. That's why I have been pushing and pushing and pushing you guys and telling you guys every day from 1 o'clock to 2:30, every Monday through Friday, I've been telling you, silver and gold, silver and gold, silver and gold. You better have something on hand. But I've got all this money up and it's invested. Well, if you have it somewhere, you don't have it. That doesn't mean for y'all to go worry and oh God, I don't have no cash on me, I don't have this. And some people, I understand, some people don't have money to do anything and live from week to week, from day to day. That's when Americans be Americans. You're going to have to help your brother if it comes to something like that. And there will be people that your friends will be like, oh, I don't believe it. Don't believe it. I've heard this now for 3.5 years from you Trumpers. I've heard this. Sat phone will work. How will a sat phone work if the satellites are destroyed? If the communication is broke off from the satellites, how will that work? Satellite phone? Get rid of the fluoride toothpaste. What's that have to do with this? My husband is a ham operator. I have my ham operator's license too. I have for years. So did my grandfather and my great grandfather. We've all been in, we've all been in all kinds of different communication parts. And that's what my husband said. Nothing will happen. Well, good. Well, good. Then you know what? Then you can pat your husband on the back if nothing happens. Say, man, you were right. But I'm glad that we at least discussed it. And then if something does happen, you can pat him on the back. Say, what do you think now, Bubba? And this is not to cause you to panic. This is to bring awareness of what's happening today and this evening. This evening. When you have the Biden administration pretty much spit in Russia's face, this isn't the Trump administration, the Biden administration to spit in their face. They don't take too kindly of it. And when they start moving their assets, and by assets, I'm talking about people, when they start moving their people from the United States of America and evacuating them out of this country, they're not doing it for shits and giggles. They're not doing it for a chess championship somewhere. They're not doing it to bring them there to play a Russian version of Monopoly. You see, we can feel it all coming in. And yep, And for a long time, everybody's saying, I can feel something. I can feel something. EIOBN, not HN. I can feel something. Something's off. Something's off. It is off. And right now, it's really off. It's really off. It's very rocky right now. What percentage would I give? I don't even know that right now. And I'll tell you why. Because moment by moment, and here's the thing, is just so you know, if you think people sitting back at home, well, probably Biden, he's asleep now, pooping in his diaper. But if you think military, if you think military ops, if you think any of these, if you think Donald Trump is sitting right now drinking a beer and watching some TV, I can freaking guarantee you right now he's not. Guarantee his eyes are on the skies, and it's on what I'm looking at too. And for him, everybody let me give you, now here's the thing. If say Q put this out, this is how different people are. For some of those basket cases earlier were saying shit to me. If this was a Q drop, which it's not, but if this was a Q drop and it said Russia has today threatened to use nuclear weapons, everybody would be blowing the internet all to pieces. But I'm telling you, for those of you that are diehard Donald Trumpers, I mean, is what it is. I live in Central Washington, and we have seen an uptick in. Absolutely, you have. Absolutely, you have. Over our town in tanker plant. Yeah, absolutely. Do I believe Trump will be back in for election? We touched on that about a week ago, and that's going to be on multiple different levels there. That is multiple different levels because we have. Here's the thing. Let's just say that the House and Senate leaves and the Brunson case gets public. They come back and have no jobs, etc. Anything can happen. But when I tell you right now, when I tell you, and I want you guys to listen, when I tell, you're exactly right. Trump, he's insulated. That's one thing. But the other thing is this. Washington, D.C., for those of you who don't even believe what I'm saying, go look up Kelly Brady. She even posted a video on it. But I'm telling you, 1,000 billion, trillion, whatever the heck you want to call it, percent. DC has fence after fence after fence after fence put up. And before somebody jumps and goes, well, they're getting prepared for the inauguration. They're not blocking off city streets right now for inauguration. They're not blocking off. They don't put a fence up and then behind that fence, 3 feet away, put another fence up and then another fence. And then you go 30 feet and there's another fence. And then you got another 40 feet. And then you got a bigger fence than the last 4 that's in front of you. We have got to wake up. And for those that just go, well, I'm out of here. I'm done out. I don't believe none of this stuff. Then thank God you left the chat. Because we don't need you here. We need people that are like-minded, people that want to pray and pray that our country doesn't go down this road. But I hate to tell you, it looks like a lot of shit's about to hit the fan. I'm not playing either. And some of these other whack jobs that are on social media that are saying all kinds of stupid stuff, you better wash your hands clean of some of that stuff. And what I'm saying about that is they're feeding you junk. Hang on, my phone's going off again. Sorry, guys. It's been a busy day. Somebody asked me if I'm safe now. Yeah, I'm safe. I'm good. Trump said it exactly. He said exactly right. We have low IQ individuals, the same that messed up Afghanistan, and he's exactly right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Afghanistan had all these billions of dollars, trillions, or whatever it is, in planes and whatever the heck they left behind. I don't even want to get into it right now. What he's saying is they're trying to get us into they're trying to get us into a World War III. I don't have a way to put the pics up right now of DC, but you're more than welcome to go look up Kelly Brady or Nancy Drew, whatever her name is, and look at hers that she put on there. She put some on there too, and here's the thing: before anyone comes back and goes, "Oh, well, that's old news." No, that's not. No, it's not. Trust me, there are way more sources than her, but she is just given to the regular consumer or citizen. It's happening. It's happening. But what we don't need this. We don't need this. Here's my take on it. Or anyone asks, well, what do you think? Here's my take. Yeah, someone put it in, you can go to Telegram too. Y'all heard it first last week too, when we was talking about the Department of Justice chief. I mean, trust me, you get your intel first. My take on it is this. Trump is insulated very well. Not only that, I believe, not fact. I don't know for fact. So don't anybody go, what are you saying? No, I believe. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I know the patterns of things. I notice these things. I watch these things. Trust me. And by the patterns of these things, he's very well insulated. And not only that, I can promise you, he has had communication already after today with Russia. And I can guarantee you that he, behind closed doors in his war room, has been trying to make a deal or trying to do something for something to not take place, because Biden just thinks, him and that cackling whore think that nothing's going to take place, that no one's going to. You're going to push a dog against the wall so far, and then it's going to come out and rip your arm off. And yes, Trump did the cease and desist post. And you know, and people will laugh. Oh, he has no power to do that. Part of me wants to see some of this crap go down. Not hurt anybody, but just so the military has to publicly acknowledge who the commander-in-chief is and end this crap show. I'm concerned. A lot of people in the intel world are very concerned. And tonight was supposed to be about Gitmo, and I've got a crap load of stuff on that. But I would much rather talk to you and give you what I have here than to just make you go, oh, well, and for those that want to get on and just go, oh, Gitmo didn't happen. I would much rather talk about the safety of Americans than what's going on somewhere else that we can't control. Because we can control this with our prayers. I told you all a month ago, it's going to be a very bumpy ride. And I think we've hit a speed bump here. I really do. I think we've hit a speed bump. I think it's more than a speed bump. And we got to get over it. We got to get through it. Let me tell you this. This is how close we are to it all breaking loose. If Biden-Harris administration does one more stupid thing, one more thing, I'm not going to warn you. You just better have enough common sense from listening to this show from day to day, every Monday through Friday from 1 to 2:30. You better have enough common sense to go, you know what? My butt's going to Walmart and I'm going to buy some food. We'll make sure I at least have some drinks and some food. Maybe a candle, something that I can, just in case. Because I'm telling you, we are that close to World War III with this Biden-Harris administration. We are so close. How long should we prepare for? Here's the thing. Everybody's finances are different. And I don't want everybody running out and just being panicked and, oh my God, and then telling everybody, DC said we're going to war. I'm not saying that. I'm telling you the possibilities are extremely, extremely strong right now. For a long time, everybody's like 10 days of darkness, get food for at least 30 days. People's buying up ammo and all that stuff. Yeah, take care of yourself, protect yourself. I get that. Do what you can do. Don't stress yourself. Don't make it something that you can't do. Get it. If you can afford something, don't go buy. Here's the thing. Buy stuff that's cheap and stuff that will last. And if you're buying stuff that you have to use water for, that's probably not a good idea. Buy you some canned stuff or something you can eat cold. If it gets to that point. Yeah, Kelly is on them. But, and if it doesn't happen, then you know what you do? Do I still believe in devil? Absolutely. And if it doesn't happen, then guess what? You drink it up, and then the next month, go buy something else. Because we're in this thing. We got to get through the election. So if anybody wants a time frame, there's your time frame. We got to get through the election. That doesn't mean go buy all kinds of stuff to get you. Well, I got to get 3 months worth of stuff. No, you don't. You need to get through from a couple days at a time. Let's see here. Tinted bit. I didn't see what you said there. You may repost that. How you want to get candies? Well, you don't. I just said you're going to have to get stuff you're going to have to eat cold. Unless you have a wood burning stove or something like that, or a grill. But that's why I said we can't go out and buy things that we're going to have to cook on the stove or something. There is plenty of things out there to survive on. And I can't afford a bunch of stuff. Well, don't. If you have a Dollar Tree, go to a Dollar Tree. Buy you some candles, buy you some lighters, spend you $25 there at Dollar Tree, buying you some, not everything, but just buy you some ointment if you need it, buy you some candles, buy you some gloves. That way, if you have to go out and get some wood, you can do that. Will there be an election? I'm asked that all the time, and I keep saying that. It depends on what's going to take place here. We got multiple things going on. But the big thing right now is Biden pretty much pissing in the Russians' Cheerios this morning. And for those of you that put great faith in Trump, don't even put faith in what I'm saying. Let me just say this. Don't put no faith in what I'm saying. But for those of you that put faith in Trump, when he himself, now it's over 2 hours now ago, he posted, but when he is saying that Russia has threatened us today to use nuclear weapons, and this is his nice political way of saying this, we have low IQ individuals, the same that messed up the Afghanistan. What he's saying is they have got us into a hole, in a mess. They don't know how to get us out. They don't know how to say the right things and make the right maneuvers and moves to stop this. All they can do is put fuel to the fire. And it's got to stop, man. There's plenty of things, and you don't have to go out and go berserk on buying stuff. But I'm telling you, if we go a month and nothing takes place out of this, then praise God. You eat that food and you move on. Or if you don't want to eat it, give it to a homeless person, daggone it. And then next month, you go do the same thing. It's called being prepared, just in case. Just in case. Because the moment you say just in case will never happen, it's going to knock on our door. If we have a national emergency, I don't think there'll be an election. Bingo. And get this. No, I'm not Brad Barton. For those of you that are on that one, let me give you this little pipe to smoke. If we have a national emergency and we go to and they call it a wartime president, then there is no election. They cannot be removed. Okay? But what would happen? What would happen if we had a wartime president and that wartime President Biden passed away or was incapacitated? What would happen? You guessed it. Cackling Kamala would be the one trying to do that. So I don't think we're going to get to that point. I think if it comes down to the rubber meets the road and we get to that point, I think we're going to see the leadership of Donald Trump come forward. I think we're going to absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, everyone's questions in here. Is the military going to do this? The military, I think you're going to know what the military is doing, because it's no longer going to be, oh, well, there's been this going on, and we went through this 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, of everything, all the executive orders that Trump put into effect prior to leaving that position. So I just joined because of work. What has happened? Make you think Russia is going to do something soon. I'm confused. You keep saying. Yeah, you probably need to hear the whole thing because, long story short, for those that are just coming in, we haven't went to war or nothing like that. I'm not saying it's going to. Absolutely. Executive order was extended. Yep. What in the world was that? Good Lord have mercy. Sound like someone just pounded the freaking building. Yeah. Anywho. Sorry guys, there's a lot of stuff going on around here. And it's late and I don't know why. Donald Trump even released a statement because this morning, Kelly, there was the administration was meeting with Russian blah 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 and all that. And they pretty much just pissed in their Cheerios. And now Russia's coming back and it's evacuating all of their consulate and their delegates, all that stuff, getting them out of America. Then also Russia comes forward and says, hey, by the way, we're threatening you guys. We may come after you with a nuclear or two. And then Donald Trump comes on about 2 hours ago and he says Russia has threatened to use nuclear weapons and we have low IQ individuals that messed up the Afghanistan that don't have a clue. This is a deadly, deadly situation, is what he says. Yes, Kamala did commit treason on the election, or not the election, but the what I'm trying to say here, the debate, when she said that herself, when Donald Trump said, well, you've done this and this, she says, no, because I personally, and if you don't believe me, those that don't want to believe, go back and watch it yourself. She says, I personally went to Ukraine, sat down with Zelensky, and I showed him and went through, here we go, documents, not just any documents, intelligence documents, things that belong to our country. And I showed him this stuff. That way he had the upper hand on Putin. That is not going to help them. That is actually, she admitted on national TV that she committed treason, because no person, including Donald Trump, would be able to go to any country, show them classified documents from the federal government to help to help them overtake another country like that, and not be get mode. She's next. There's a lot of people coming in here now, and I'm trying to read everybody's here. Sorry, guys. Do I have any good info for the Canadians? Buckle up, that's all I can say, because whatever happens to us is going to affect you guys. It's going to. Why has Kamala been arrested? When was she arrested? Logan Act treason. Yep. This is at the 1:30 mark. Thank you so much. Yep, 1:30 mark. I'm not going to say anything that's not factual here, guys, and that's why you can go back and look, and we'll give you places to look at it and where it's at. So you need to go back and look at that. But for those, like I said, for those of you that the Donald Trumpers here that just believe he walks on the water, and I'm not against Donald Trump because he's my guy. Okay, he's my guy. For him to say that this is a very deadly situation, this is not good. That's just like a mobster saying, I'm concerned. And when they say I'm concerned, that means they're extremely, extremely concerned. And it should be concerning to you. 9/11 inside job. Is that new news? We know that. That was a George Busher and all these other ones. But tonight we're talking about trying not to get nuked. When Biden and Harris left the 9 Memorial, they were being removed. I have no clue. I just know that this here, I've went long enough here. I went almost an hour and 35 minutes. And just keep this in mind too. Just keep this, for those of you that don't pay attention to the intel that we give. It was 3-4 weeks ago that I was telling you all that you had North Korea and Russia coming together, and they were coming against America. And here's the other thing. For those of you that go, I just can't buy into it. Just can't believe it. I'm not asking you to buy into it. I'm not asking you to believe it. But I'll tell you this. For those of you that are very, very, very heavy hitters with the religion and Bible, then go read Revelation. You're going to see it happen in your lifetime. It's already happening. You got California falling apart. Will I be coming back on Monday, DC Monday? Absolutely. I'm on every Monday, 1 o'clock till 2:30 every day on Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, also on eiobn.com. So make moderators, you can put that in there. Our website, you can click on that. Takes you to all of our stuff. You can, it takes you everything. Trudeau gave his opinion regarding Ukraine and supports their, and here's the thing. Truday's a piece of crap anyway. But and that doesn't surprise me that he would be, you know. And here's the thing: if Truday really, really supported Ukraine, he would have took some of that money that they have and he would have given it to Ukraine instead of milking America like a big cow sucking on its tit. DC, are you on tomorrow? Not unless something happens. Tonight wasn't even supposed to be about this stuff. I was supposed to be on earlier about Gitmo, and we have lists and we have all kinds of stuff on that, And it ties in with 2 weeks ago, the executive orders and all that. And then this has been going on all day. It started yesterday, actually. And I can't say anything whenever, even though it was going on yesterday, some of the stuff, I still can't say anything because I can't do that. I could have, but I'm not putting my neck out that far. And then when some of this other stuff starts coming down, see here, when other stuff starts coming down, then I instead of doing the whole Gitmo thing, I just felt like it was more important to warn Americans, to warn us, hey, it's time to be vigilant, like really vigilant. And I'm not talking about being vigilant because you got people trying to steal your cats and eat them and all that stuff. Yeah. Yesterday, I went into a Walmart and I could not believe my eyes of all these people that just come out of that. They've never been in my area and they just came out for no reason. Will Obama be arrested publicly? At some point, and we've discussed this on our other broadcasts. At some point, I'm not sure here's the thing. I'm not sure the level of maturity that some Americans have, because just like earlier on this show, we want to know the truth. Started spilling out the truth. I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm like, I don't believe none of this stuff. I'll just go back to such and such that kisses my butt and tells me great things that I'm going to wake up to wealth in my account and all this stuff. I'm not sure, because part of us, that people like me that know a lot of people that's been X'd off. I'm just not sure. I don't even know the answer to that really, because I think if they do, people like me, I could sit there and be like, yep, I'd like to see such and such. I like to see this. I like to see this on TV. Yeah, I'd like to see it, because I think part of that is a psychology that if you show the bad people what's going to happen to them, if they continue on, then they kind of stop doing that stuff. If they see their best friends losing their head or getting a bullet in the forehead, or hung. So I'm not sure on that. But anyway, but we're back on this here. Darren will be stupid. Yeah. Some people can handle the truth, and you're exactly right. And I'm fine with that. Because on TikTok, the guy that used to be Blue's Clues, he's on there. So those people that can't handle the truth can go watch Blue's Clues. Is what can happen. Because this show is not about, it ain't about kissing your butt, man. It's about throwing it out there. If you take it and you run with it, then you do. And if you don't, I'm not offended. At this point, I don't know who's good or bad in Washington, D.C. You're exactly right. And we talked about that at the very first of the show, because a lot of people on both sides of the fence now, Republican, Democrat, have been found out. When I say found out, I'm not talking about months ago. I'm talking about like within this last week. And I'm going to go back to this, and this is all I'm going to say, and I'm going to have to shut this thing down because they're starting to mess with my stuff here. And just so you all know, we had all brand new internet stuff put in here, and we have multiple ways of broadcasting. So it's going to be harder for them to shut us down. But I will tell you this. What is that? Oh, so I'm going back to this. Kim Clement said this in one of his prophecies, that there will be a great, between both parties, Republicans and Democrats, There was going to be some things exposed. There was going to be another Snowden that was going to appear and release things that was going to be very highly embarrassing moments for both sides. It's coming. It is coming. I can tell you right now, whoever your favorite politician is, you better think twice. Trump should be insulated because even those around him, those that we have, oh man, these are good people, they really support. I predict J.D. Vance will be gone. I predict J.D. Vance at some point will be replaced. I do. I just do. I can't tell you why, but I can tell you that I very strongly feel that. Am I taking it down after? No, I think I will leave it up for 24 hours. And I'll think on it then. I'll see how many phone calls I get. That's what we'll do. Anywho, for those of you that don't tune in to us, we're here on Monday through Friday. Sorry, I'm talking so much, my voice is going out. Monday through Friday, every Monday through Friday, from 1 until 2:30 p.m. Right here on Rumble and also on YouTube, plus also EIOB, B as in Bob, N.com. It's our website. You can listen to us live on the radio there. If you don't have access to all this stuff. If you want to help us out, there's a place on there you can click donate and help us out. Anything helps. It helps keep us multiple streams going, equipment, all kinds of stuff to keep us protected too. Anyway, we just got a lot going on here, and we're going to win. That's us. We're Americans. We're going to win. We're resilient. We will continue to come back over and over and over. But until then, we must pray, seek God's face, and not be a people that has our head in the sand going, this ain't going to happen. This ain't going to happen. They'll never be able to shoot at Trump. It was only God Almighty that saved his neck because they tried to explode his head in front of Americans live on TV, including CNN, that big trash hole network. You better pray. Seek God's face. Don't worry, but stay vigilant and pray and pay attention to what's going around you. DC, I'll see y'all Monday. Love you guys. Stay safe. DC out.